Introduction. Understanding the subtle, unspoken ways women show their physical attraction to you can change everything. Most guys walk right past these signals, blind to the opportunities they're missing. But women don't come out and say, "I want you." Their desire is written in how they touch, move, and look at you in this video. We'll break down the magnetic body language and flirtatious cues that reveal she's drawn to you on a primal level. Let's get started. Sign 1. The bedroom eyes. Her signs. Number 1. Gaze holds yours, and it's not the polite, fleeting look you'd get in small talk. This one lingers, heavy-lidded. Her eyes seem to drink you in. She might blink slowly, almost deliberately, or you'll notice her pupils slightly dilated even in normal light. That's biology kicking in. Her brain is releasing dopamine, and her body is doing everything it can to keep your attention. And there's more. Watch for the subtle flicker of her gaze. If her eyes drop momentarily to your mouth and then climb back to meet yours, she's not just looking. She's imagining. Imagine what it would feel like if that space between you disappeared. Pay attention. Her eyes are telling you everything. It's not just her gaze that gives her away. Keep an eye out for other micro-expressions that enhance the message. When she looks at you, she may raise her eyebrows slightly, which is a common sign of curiosity. Or she may trail her eyes slowly and almost teasefully over your face as if she is studying you. These aren't random gestures, even if she isn't aware of it. They are intentional. The second lingering sign. Sign number 2. When a woman is attracted to you sexually, she will look for ways to close the gap. There is a difference between a pleasant touch and one that lasts for too long. The thing is, those touches aren't random. They're calculated. She's testing the waters, assessing your reaction, and making it obvious that she's comfortable with physical closeness. She may even let her fingertips on your forearm while laughing or brushing a speck of lint off your shoulder. As she pulls away, her body makes a slight glide that is hardly perceptible to the untrained eye, whispering what she is unable to express with words. And it doesn't end there. If she's finding ways to touch you repeatedly, whether it's a light-hearted nudge or a quick squeeze on your arm, it's an obvious escalation. Every touch is like a stepping stone toward more intimacy, and this is where things get even more revealing. Pay attention to how frequently she initiates physical contact. This is a mistake that most men completely ignore. It's not a coincidence that when a woman is sexually attracted to a man, her body aligns with her focus, the direction of her knees and toes. Point can reveal who or what has her attention, but it doesn't stop there. Sign number 3 with directionality is subtle but powerful. Imagine sitting across from her as she crosses her legs, and the top leg points toward you almost like a compass. She's not only getting comfortable when she frequently shifts, uncrosses, or recrosses her posture to show off more of her inner thigh. She's also beckoning you to take notice of her legs. A traditional demonstration of femininity and attraction, and let's not overlook the subtle gestures that can intensify this signal. She could slowly swing her foot or hang her shoe in a rhythmic motion meant to catch your attention. Her body is communicating in a language as ancient as time itself with the seduction sign 4th of the lip. Indications number 4. To make her lips the center of attention, whether on purpose or unintentionally, she may lightly bite them, moisten them with a brief tongue flick, or even touch them with her fingers. The lips are among the most sensuous areas of the body, and accentuating them directs your attention to the precise spot she wants it to go. The worst part is that she might not even be aware that she is doing it. This isn't just a random nervous habit. It's a signal that is hardwired into our DNA. When a woman is aroused, her body takes over and sends you quiet signs that are impossible to mimic, which is why these actions frequently occur unconsciously. Even though her words are innocent, if you pay attention, you'll notice that her lips are doing all the talking. However, observe how her lips interact with other aspects of her body language. For example, if she combines a lip B with a sly smile or lets her fingers brush her mouth while keeping eye contact, that's not subtle. Rather, it's a bold move wrapped in delicacy. It's her nonverbal method of expressing that she's considering intimacy. Sign 5 of the word pay for the deep lean. Sign number 5. Take note. This is one of the most potent indicators. Personal space is important when she is physically attracted to you, but if she leans in close even when she doesn't have to, that's a dead giveaway. Imagine yourself at a loud bar, and instead of just talking louder, she moves her body to close the distance between you. This is more than just convenience. It's intimacy, and it's not just about proximity. It's also about how she positions herself. For example, she may lean her shoulders toward you, let her hair fall to one side, or place a hand on the table close to yours. This closeness creates an invisible bubble where it's just you and her, and it's intentional, magnetic, and her way of inviting you in both physically and emotionally. When she leans in, notice the rest of her body. Are her hips subtly angled toward you, and does her posture remain open and unguarded? These are the clues that go beyond simple interest. She's lowering her guard, inviting connection on all levels. Indication number 6, she is fumbling with jewelry or clothing close to her chest. Let's begin with a traditional indication. When she adjusts a jewelry, her hands highlight her neck, chest, or collarbone. Think about it. These movements are meant to draw attention to some of her body's most seductive features. For example, she may carelessly touch the collar's edge or smooth the fabric of her top. The next time you notice this, consider the context. Is she looking at you, or is she having a low conversation? If she is deliberately and repetitively moving, such as playing with her pendant or lightly stroking her collarbone, it's not an accident. Her body is showcasing itself and asking for attention without words. The neck and chest are intimate areas, so when she exposes them more, perhaps leaning forward slightly or tilting her head back, it's a subconscious way of inviting your gaze. The open posture is sign 7. Indication number 7. When she is sexually attracted to you, her body literally opens up. Her arms will rest at her sides or lightly on the table, her posture will straighten slightly forward, and she will ang toward you. This openness is an invitation and a sign of trust and receptivity. Closed body language, such as crossed arms and hunched shoulders, conveys disinterest or discomfort. She is establishing a path both physically and emotionally, but the details are important in this case. If she leans back with assurance while maintaining an angle toward you, it is an indication of control combined with interest. If she corrects this with gentle flowing motions like gently pushing her hair back or tilting her head toward you with a leisurely smile, it's an unmistakable indication that a woman is in control of her desire and welcoming you into her orbit. 8. Sign number 8, which shows the inner thighs. When a woman sits in a way that exposes her inner thighs, whether by crossing her legs slightly apart or purposefully shifting her position, it's a powerful sign of attraction. The inner thighs are a deeply sensual zone, and exposing them isn't casual. This is something that most men totally miss. Without speaking, it's her body's method of attracting attention. If she shifts slightly to ensure you notice and angles her legs toward you, the signal gets much stronger. Observe how frequently she shifts positions. If it seems needless or frequent, it's not restlessness. Rather, it's a conscious act. If she does this while exchanging glances, it's an obvious green light when someone smiles or makes flirtatious touches. The neck display is one of the oldest and most primal displays of interest, rooted in our evolutionary instincts. A woman may lightly touch or graze her neck, run her fingers along her throat, or play with her hair in a way that sweeps it to one side. There is something about the neck that makes it a place of vulnerability and sensuality. When a woman tilts her head to the side, exposing the soft curve of her neck, she is signaling both trust and attraction. These behaviors highlight a space linked to tenderness and closeness, and they don't undervalue the significance of context. Here, we are the one clue that practically assures her interest. It's subtle, but once you see it, you'll know exactly where she stands. If she's laughing, tilting her head and touching her neck while staring at you, that's not just a sign of friendliness. It's a cue to leave. Lean in both literally and figuratively. Sign 10. Excessive breathing. Sign number 10, or emphasis on the chest. This one is physical and impossible to fake. When a woman is truly aroused, her breathing changes, becoming slower, deeper, and more noticeable. You may notice her chest rise and fall more dramatically, especially if she's laughing or close to you. Sometimes these subtle movements are used to attract your attention. For example, she may arch her back slightly to emphasize her chest or adjust her top to highlight her figure. However, the most telling part is that this shift in breathing frequently occurs in response to your presence. If she wasn't breathing this way when she first entered the room but is now that you're close, that's not a coincidence. Rather, her body is responding to the chemistry in the room. Now that you've seen the signs that reveal her physical attraction, don't let these moments pass you by. Noticing them can change everything. Click like. Share it with someone who should be aware of these signs, and subscribe for more revolutionary perspectives on women and attraction.